Hey guys, what's up? I had a lot of requests to do like a hair tutorial, like how to like color hair, I guess, like draw it. And so I decided that I would help y'all out. I'm still kind of learning how to do it, like the best way to do it. Hair has always been something that I've loved to draw, though. I used to draw it all the time in high school, like in class. I would always be drawing hair and shading hair and stuff like that. But I feel like when it comes to actually coloring in hair with like colors, like, not just like gray grayscale colors, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more tricky, but there's always a way to figure this out. This is gonna be probably like split in a few different parts because this is probably gonna be really long. Just explaining it wise, me drawing hair it literally takes me like maybe like 5 minutes to draw hair, depending on how detailed I want to go. Um, sorry, my throat's like super dry today, but I'm gonna try my best to explain this. Hopefully you guys can understand. I'm using Paint Tool Site. It is my favorite program to use. I like the tools. I love the stabilizer. I love the blending modes. They're all really nice. It's my favorite program, and I definitely would recommend it if you are a digital artist. It is super nice. Also quick, I want to show you guys the brushes that I use. I for hair anyway. I'm going to show you that. So my first brush is called a Copic. My paint tool side just came with it. You probably can download it somewhere. You can probably find it online, watch a YouTube video and find it. My paint tool side came with it, so I don't really know how I can. If you don't have it, I'm not sure where you'll find it, but it's seriously the nicest brush ever. Like it's like opaque if you like press lightly, but it's I don't know, I love it. It's great and it blends when you have other colors together. It blends the colors together like super nice like that, okay? Anyway, the next brush I use is called Grass. And this is if I want to have the hair to have a little bit more texture. So it has like, like it looks like hair. It looks really nice. And I usually use that for like highlights because it's really it makes it look really nice and fancy. So those are the main two brushes I use is the Copic and the Grass. On occasions, I'll use an airbrush just to kind of make it look a little bit more softer depending on what kind of look I'm going for. Like that. That's like a little bit more softer looking hair. I usually don't go for that, but sometimes I do. But this is the little sketch I have for you guys so far. I'm going to be trying to draw greenish colored hair today. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. I might be completely awful. So I'm sorry for that ahead of time. But yeah, I'm gonna try it and we'll see if I can explain this good enough for you guys to understand. I really hope so because I'm not the best when it comes to like wording stuff. Anywho's, um, my phone just rang. Sorry. So we're gonna start off with a pretty dark color of green. I kind of want like more of like a muted green. I don't really want like a super bright green, but and then we're gonna make another layer above the sketch layer just because you'll see why. Make it a little bigger. Sorry. We're just gonna fill in the whole hair in this one color and then we will be right back. Okay, so we got the general shape of it. It's probably not gonna be this shape at the end of it. It's gonna get a little messy. It's gonna get a little bit, might look a little bit different towards the end. But real quickly, I'm actually just going to drop that color there just so I can have it and just in case I need to use it again. Now we're just gonna kind of go through some colors. I kind of like that color. Um, I always like some bright colors here and there in it. Let's see, and let's get. You want to be able to create depth in the hair, so you don't want to just draw tons of lines randomly. Like, I'll just give you an example. You don't want to just keep going like that everywhere. That doesn't look bad, but so you don't want to be like doing crazy lines like that. You want to be able to create depth within the hair itself. Stabilizers are a little bit too high for me, but so just kind of like start off with one piece. Like right here, you're gonna want to keep that dark because you want that dimension in the hair. So what you would do is just kind of like add some hair here, and you don't want the same kind of um like you don't want to press too hard. You want to keep a soft hand on some parts, and some parts you want to get darker, like that one right there. Like this one's a little bit lighter in color. And keep in mind that this part actually doesn't have to be perfect because usually I'll take like an airbrush or I'll go in with the grass tool and I would add layers to it, more like hair-like strokes to it. And so this part doesn't actually have to be perfect, but if you want your hair to have more depth, definitely try to pay a little bit of attention to how you do this because it might end up looking a little bit messy. And sometimes you draw hair and it'll look really awesome. Sometimes you'll draw hair and you're not going to like how it looks, but it's just kind of a hit and miss sometimes. Like sometimes I draw hair really, really good, nice and really good. And then sometimes I just don't. As just, sometimes you have off days and that's okay. That's normal for being an artist. You'll have off days and you'll have really good days and that's just how it works. Anywho's now, this part's also really important. Depending on how you want your shading of your hair to look like, I actually started drawing in that wrong, but we'll just leave that anyway. I want this part right here to look like it's highlighted, like it's kind of popping out compared to the rest. So you're gonna draw right here only, kind of slightly fade it up, and you're gonna leave that part right there dark. And then we're gonna go and lightly fade this down also, like that. So you're gonna tell the hair's actually coming in, like it's starting to look kind of like hair, which is nice. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could just do this part and you don't have to do the rest and the hair will look great still. It'll look really nice. So if you're the kind of person that likes to do things fast like me, I usually don't like to like take a whole lot of time on like the hair and stuff like that. Most of the time anyway, depending on if I want the drawing to be like super fancy or if I just kind of want to do a quick sketch kind of thing, like a quick idea or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, sorry guys, my voice is kind of like meh today. So my voice might crack a lot in this video. I just drink soda and that's definitely not the best thing to drink when you're gonna like do like a voiceover kind of thing. But sorry about that. It's kind of gross. Anywho's, we're just gonna keep on doing this side. I usually work on one side first and then I'll go to the next side. Okay, so now we're gonna draw we're gonna grab a lighter color and you're gonna want to make this smaller, the size of your brush a little bit smaller. And this is where you can go in above the colors you already put down. And you can even put them in spots you didn't have anything in it. You know what I'm saying? Like spots, colors, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put that up a little bit. And you're just gonna draw on top of the layers here and there. You don't have to draw too much of this because we usually go back in and do some more highlights with the airbrush. But we're gonna do it just because I want this hair to be popping. And so we're gonna put it above, right on top of all these little ones you made. Cool thing about this is that you don't really have to do a whole lot of it, which is nice. If you're lazy like me. I like to make sure I have like a nice little highlight right there. And then usually like the ends right here, I typically, depending on what I want it to look like when the light is and whatever, I like to have the highlights on that side. Okay, now next we're going to go in with, I think I'm gonna save this color for the overlay. We're gonna want that for the overlay because it's really pretty. And then we're gonna take this one right here. Boop. And let's see. We're gonna go. Sometimes this is just kind of like you gotta like just figure it out, like what brush you want to use and things like that. We're gonna try using the grass one with this one and seeing what comes out of it, I guess. If we like the way it looks or not. Let's see. So far it's not shabby. I'm gonna drop down the opacity and turn up the blending a little bit more. And this is what will make the hair look a little bit more textured. The hair currently before looked a little bit more like anime, I guess you could say. I do not like that stroke at all. And then also, you can always go back, especially on Pixel Sky. It's easy to like, if you make a mistake, just click Control Z and you can get rid of it and you can try doing a different hair stroke if you don't like the stroke that you got originally. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's nice. I think I might end up changing the color of the hair though, the green. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'll be doing that at the end. I'm not going to do it until I'm done with the hair completely. Okay, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to take, where is it? The blur tool a little bit, and any spots that have like kind of more harsh lines, we're just going to blend it a little bit because you don't want those harsh lines because, well, I don't. I like my hair looking more softer. If you like your hair looking a little bit more harsh, that's fine. And then a really important thing that creates like a lot of more depth, which is kind of important, is we're gonna make a new layer. We're gonna put it to overlay, and then we're gonna take it. And I can't speak today. I cannot. But and then we're gonna grab the airbrush tool and we're gonna drop that down to like about like 50. We'll just call it 50 for now and see what that looks like. And then we're gonna go over the spots that we want to darken up. And this will create more depth. I like to make sure the roots are a little bit more darker than the rest of the hair. That's just how I like it. And here you guys, you'll see this ends up making it look really nice. This is what I always do to make the hair look more like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying, but it's fine. I'm gonna take the blur tool. I'm gonna make it all nice and big. I'm gonna blur that out so it's not like harsh and patchy and stuff. You want to blend that out. And then this is where we're gonna go in with the overlay. This one right here. I'm not sure how this color is gonna look, but like I said, if you don't like it, we can always erase it, get rid of it. So we're gonna make this kind of bigger. Ooh, yeah. I actually kind of like that. And then we're gonna go on the spots that are highlighted, or any spot that you just want to look more vibrant, and just like put this on it. That's what that's gonna do. It's gonna make it look all pretty and vibrant. Yeah, okay, that doesn't look terrible. It's not bad. Usually I wouldn't go for like as realistic as this is looking, honestly. It's looking a little bit too realistic for me, but we'll keep on going with it because why not? I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, and then we can go in with like more detail with our hands and just make it certain spots a little bit more darker. But I always blend it out. I never like keep one color to itself. And then what we're gonna do too is I never really keep it on 100% opacity. I usually drop it down, like depending on. So this is what it looked like before, and then this is like after. This is all the way up though. So I'm gonna just drop it down to like 81, because that doesn't look bad. Okay, so that looks good. I like the way that looks. It doesn't look terrible. We're gonna keep the overlay above it. We're not gonna merge it yet. I usually merge all my layers when I'm done, just because I don't know. I always do this thing where like I put a base like a how do I explain it? I make a mask around my hair when it's done, and then I put like a either a dark blue or like a dark red over it, just to kind of make everything kind of match together. It makes it. You'll see towards the end of this, like you'll see how much nicer it looks. Um, Anywho's, I'm gonna do the other side of the hair. Y'all can just watch it. I'm gonna speed it up, and y'all can see what I do. So quickly, I'm just gonna say, like, sometimes you can feel really softer. You can also draw in the dark color if you want. I was doing now. I actually probably do it anyway, but I just have to look at what depth I'm using that I need. So I look that one before. So yeah. So I'm doing something a little bit different on this one. I'm gonna try doing the using the grass tool instead of the the airbrush tool, just because I want to see if I can create a little bit more hair texture. I've never done this before, keep in mind, so definitely don't recommend doing this if you just don't know what you're doing. Using the airbrush is a lot easier, and I don't know if this is gonna turn out good or not. It looks really silly, but we're actually just gonna blend it anyway. So here we go. Seeing if it creates a little bit more texture in the hair. So yeah, it creates a little bit more texture. I don't know if it's a texture that I like necessarily, but it's a texture. It's there. But anyway, let's create some more depth in the hair. Don't want it to look one solid color. Also, a little tippy tip. If you want more vibrant colors, or if you just want to change the color, but those are two different things. Just go all the way up to the white up here, and it will literally make it so bright and so pretty. Like, I love glowy hair. It's like my favorite. And that's usually what I do is I always go for white and black and I just kind of put it in spots just to create more like more depth too. And I'll go over here and then I'm gonna add it over here too. Sorry, I think I'm losing my voice, so sorry if I sound like a dying person, like an old lady or something like that. I'm sorry. I'm like losing my voice. Anywho, so that is that. Now, there is another thing that I like to do, and we're gonna try it together. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't look that hot. But we're gonna merge the overlay now. Actually, no, I want to make a little bit more depth on this side. I don't think it's black enough. The roots too. Okay, we'll call that good. We can always blend it too later if we need to. Okay, yeah. And we're gonna just click this button over here, which is merge down layer. We're gonna merge the layer down. Sorry, my throat seriously is doing something weird today. Um, there's a few options now on what you can do. You can leave the hair like this, which is sometimes I do. This could be like the finished product. Um, but you also can, we're gonna take this color right here, and we're just gonna make a new layer above it just because I don't want to like accidentally mess something up really bad and not be able to go back enough. And then we're gonna just, you know what, we'll keep that there for now. And if you, we're gonna try to make it look a little bit more soft, the hair. This is what I do with some of my stuff. I don't do this with all my stuff. As a matter of fact, I usually just keep the hair at this point. I don't really go past this point. But if you want to make the hair look a little bit more softer, I like to go in with the airbrush with like a light color, um, just to kind of like soften it up a little bit. There's like, oh, that's the line up here. Okay, we're just gonna drop the opacity like completely down almost. And we're just gonna try to like blend this a little bit prettier. Like this makes it look a little bit more glowy, a little bit more like, you know, just a little bit more simple, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what I'm talking about, guys. Don't listen to me. But we could do this. I don't know if I like it that much though, if I'm being completely honest. Like that makes it like more bright. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of it? Like, it's not terrible. I'll just drop it down a little bit. I'll drop it down that much so it doesn't look overpowering. We're gonna add some more softness on this side so it kind of matches the other side. And we're gonna get some of this color too, and we're going to make it kind of like, yeah, you know what, that works. It's whatever. This color of hair is not exactly the color that I was trying to go for, but the really nice thing about all of this is that that is super easy to fix. If you don't like the color that it's turning out, it's, yeah, it's an easy fix. Okay, next we're gonna take the pen tool. I'm gonna drop the opacity down to like 62, and I'm just gonna make a new layer. This is where you can add like flyaways, like, well, that's kind of a big brush. This kind of like this, which is I add in every single one of my hairs, that sounds weird, hair, flyaways, and usually I'll have like a background at this point and a face, and you can see the flyaways a lot easier when you have a background and stuff like that, because usually I make the flyaways with pretty white. Wow, I cannot English today, guys. Holy cow. But anyway, this is where you just, oops, make flyaways and mess around, and just, it doesn't have to be perfect either because flyaways are flyaways, you know. And drop that down a little bit more. But yeah, just making some pretty little hairs. And then you can take the brush and anywhere that's kind of harsh, like right here, useful. We're gonna make another layer real quickly. I'm gonna put it on luminosity. Luminosity? Is that how you say it? I don't know how to say it correctly. But we're gonna try the marker brush. Marker's kind of nice just because it's like a little bit, yeah, it's nice. It's one of my favorites because it doesn't do anything too intense, but it's enough to like see it. I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter actually. But this will kind of help with like the glowing too, like if you like glowy hair like me. But be careful too, because like sometimes if you go a little overboard with hair, it can end up looking a little dorky. Like mine's starting to get a little bit too cray cray. I can't believe I just used the word cray cray, but I did. I'm gonna actually do something else real quick too. Drop that down here. We're just gonna add like a darker color down here for the face. We're just gonna go. Oh wow. Okay. Gotta put that up. Let's make it a little bigger. We're just gonna like put like a blank black behind it. It's not even black. This is like a green color, but that's okay. You know, why am I doing it this way? I could just do it like this. There we go. There's this. Just to kind of like show a little bit more of the like pretty hairy, hairy stuff. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't talk today. Don't judge me. I am like, I seriously can't talk. Oh my heavens. Anyway, and this is where you can just kind of add um more like hairs on the side. Like I love the messy hair. Like I love having like the hair that flies away everywhere and like is messy and stuff. Like just add like just go ham on the hair. Like seriously, just add tons of like little side stuff and like this is a pretty nice tool too. If you guys don't have the Copic brush, the marker brush is pretty, yeah, the marker brush is pretty awesome too. See, look at that. That's really awesome. I definitely would recommend that if you don't end up having the Copic brush. Definitely use this one instead. It is definitely a pretty close replacement to the Copic. Anywho's, y'all, um, there's only a few steps left, so hopefully this isn't like a super long. Sorry, I'm going ham on the hair right now. Like I'm like I've yeah, I'm getting attached to this hair and it's not a good thing. We're actually just gonna add a little bit of oh, that's luminosity. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, we're just gonna make a new layer above this and just add a little crease. Wow, that didn't work the way I planned it to work. We're gonna use the pen instead. And we're just gonna make a line right here like that. I usually do that and then you can't see the hairs that I added underneath, but I'll do that, those little hairs. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I'm really bad at explaining stuff, but now what we're gonna do is we're gonna merge all the hair layers together. So merge this. You probably don't have to be merging these. I don't know any other way. I'm special and I don't really care because this way works for me. But if you have a better way of doing this, then I definitely recommend doing it your way. Anyways, we're gonna make it preserve opacity. We're gonna do another layer above it. We're gonna do clipping group. And we're going to do like this kind of, we're gonna try red at first. Sorry, my throat's like, bleh. Yeah, we're gonna do a red. And then we're going to change it to shade. I'm gonna drop it down to like 3. I don't know if should I do red? You know, we'll just do red for now. If we don't like the color, we just change that. Click it to overlay, and then do either screen or multiply. It depends on what one you like the most. I think I like. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I like multiply. So we're gonna do clipping and clipping, just making sure that's all just in the clipping group. And we're just gonna merge these together. You don't have to. If you're completely done with your drawing, you don't have to merge them together, but I like to just merge all my stuff together. Which is kind of sucks for me because if I get in trouble and people think I have art theft or something like that, then they're like, "Oh, can we see the layers?" I'm like, "Well, shoot, like no, like I merged all my layers together. Like I always merge my layers. Like this is something I've always done. So I feel weird like when people ask me about it. I was like, "Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry." And then I usually get in trouble and my stuff gets taken down, which is weird. I don't know like how people can like accuse me of art theft. It's not like I don't know. Like, have you seen this drawing anywhere else? I don't think so. But anyway, there's one more step I'm gonna do with this real fast. You all don't have to do this. It's just something I want to try. I don't really like the color that I got, but this is another one I need. I need this brightness and contrast. I don't know if I can fix this though. It's not really the color I was going for. Um, yeah, I don't think I can fix it right now. I actually kind of wanted more of like a neon. This is more like dark, but it's okay. It still looks good. Anyway, this is how I draw hair, and sometimes I don't go like crazy as this. Sometimes I do it a little bit more simple. This piece of hair is bugging me right here. Oh my gosh, but it's fine. You could always fix that stuff. But yeah, this is how I draw hair. I hope this was kind of like understandable in a way. I'm gonna do a quick review of what you do real quickly, just so you guys can get a little hinty hint, a little more understanding. So this is like the darker color here. We're gonna go with this lighter color, and he's gonna go like this. And then with this color on top of this, y'all get what I'm trying to say, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it's helped at least somebody out. I know I'm kind of confusing sometimes, but you can mess with this. You can add more light, more colors to it with like overlays and screens, like the stuff that's right up here in the mode. Mode's really important when you're coloring if you want like certain depth, certain color, whatever it may be. It's really, really important. I definitely recommend messing around with that. It can really help your art look 10 times cooler than it was before. So anyways, I will see you guys in the next video.